Hi, I'm James Elizabeth. Welcome to another session of family learning activities. Today we are going to be discussing about how we can read storybooks to children in an interesting way. Do you know that language is one of the most important skills for children to learn in the early years? Yes, it is. Do you know why? If you want your children to learn language, the best way is to expose them to a lot of language. The language they are being exposed to in their environment is what will help them to develop language. Let's talk about language nutrition. Just like nutrition, when we are talking about nutrition in food, you know, the more food you give a child, the more quality and quantity of food you give a child, the more the child physical body grows. So the more language the child gets to hear, the more his vocabulary expands, the more he learns language. One of the best ways to expose your children to language is storybook reading. That is shared storybook reading. Do you know that even if a child doesn't understand what you're reading, it has a lot of benefits to him, because him looking at you reading a storybook to him is going to help him develop that interest for reading books. Also, reading storybooks has a lot of advantages to children because it exposes them to a lot of vocabulary, a lot of new words. Shared storybook reading also exposes children to letters, to alphabets, to numbers, to pictures, a lot of things it exposes them to. So the best way to engage in this shared storybook reading is to read a storybook to your child. Older siblings can read a book to their younger ones, and the children will be very happy reading the book because they are interested in what their loved ones are interested in doing. Okay, so we are going to be reading a storybook today, and the name of our storybook is The Standing Stick. The Standing Stick. Who knows what a stick is?
A stick can injure someone.
A stick can injure someone, and there's a stick there.
A stick that can break.
A stick can break. Stick. Have you heard of a standing stick before?
Never.
Okay. My mother and her friends were having a good time when I came out of the house. I quietly stood beside her, enjoying the conversation. My mother suddenly was laughing, and when she suddenly saw me. Who can tell me where there's a letter S here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, there's a letter S here. Who knows what sound the letter S makes? My aunt exclaimed, "Oh no! I'm sorry, the standing stick is no longer with me. Your uncle took it. You can get it from him at the polo field." So, when the boy asked his aunt for the standing stick, what did she say?
He said, I don't have it anymore. Your uncle took it.
Whoa.
We'll meet him by the polo field.
Sorry. Oh, that's what she said. Do you know what a polo field is?
Where you ride a horse.
Yes, it's where you see horses, where you feed horse, where you ride horse. Okay, at the beginning of the story, what was the boy doing?
Listening to that conversation.
Listen, what did mother do to him for listening to the conversation?
He sent him to his aunt.
The shared storybook reading was interesting because we shared the book with the children. We read together. I asked them questions. I got them involved. I was not just reading and making them passive listeners. They were also actively involved. They were touching the pictures, asking questions, and that was what made it shared storybook reading. So if you are reading to your child, you ask the child questions before you even start reading the book. You ask the child question about, you can ask, okay, what's written on the front of the book? What picture can you see in the front of the book? And then during reading, you can also ask the child questions about the story. Like, you can ask questions about the picture, who is in the picture, describe the picture. You can ask connection picture, connect the story to the child's real life. How do you feel about this? If you were in this person's situation, how would you react? You can ask prediction questions like, what do you think will happen next? If you go there, will you see this? Those are prediction questions. You can ask understanding questions to check if the child is understanding the story. You can ask questions about identifying alphabet. Where can you see the letter A? Where can you see the letter B? All these are ways that you make shared storybook reading enjoyable, pleasurable, and wonderful for children.